by standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is the reorganization of the commission, including the election of the chair, the vice chair, and the shade tree liaison. With regard to the election of the chair, does anyone have a motion?
I'd like to nominate Lane Vines as chair.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. With regard to the election of the vice chair, I will make a motion, and I will nominate Mike Lahota.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. With regard to the election of the shade tree liaison, does anyone have a motion?
I nominate Matt Golis.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay. Thank you all for your vote of confidence for one more year. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for December 2025. These minutes were distributed to the commissioners in advance of today's meeting. Do any of the commissioners have any changes to the minutes? Anyone have any discussion? If none, I would move to approve the minutes.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm going to abstain because I wasn't at the December meeting.
Okay. All in favor with the exception of Commissioner Brubaker, who abstains. Okay, the next item on the agenda is consideration of application 213743 concerning 201 Spring Mill Road. We've received a review letter from Gannett Fleming dated December 29, 2025, which states that the applicant seeks to subdivide the property into 2 lots for 2 single-family homes. Here, the applicant has prepared a sewage facilities planning module to be submitted to the PADEP. Component 4A must be completed by the Township Planning Commission prior to the planning module submission adopted by a resolution of the Board of Commissioners. Mr. Phillips and staff, does anyone have any comment?
No, it is as you just said.
Okay. Does any member of the commission have any comment? Any member of the public have any comment? Okay. With that, I will make a motion that we approve the signing of the sewage planning module.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, unanimous. I will, after the meeting, execute the planning module and forward it to the township engineer. Okay, next item on the agenda is consideration of application 216038 concerning 126 Garrett Avenue. At our December 1, 2025 Planning Commission meeting, we addressed this application upon request of the applicant. The application was tabled until tonight's meeting. This application is for the approval of land development plans for an accessory structure and a parking lot. As part of our consideration, we've now received a letter from Gannett Fleming dated December 23, 2025, and from Gilmore & Associates dated December 29, 2025. As recited in the Gilmore letter, the project includes the removal of existing accessory structures and a portion of the impervious surface to construct an accessory building and restripe the parking area. The existing access to Garrett Avenue will be maintained. The applicant is seeking 3 waivers. Section 255-14, so that it doesn't require the preliminary plan submission, as only minor improvements are proposed and the plans meet the requirements for a final plan. Second waiver is for 255-22.B1K, which is not to show the required information within 500 feet of the site. Features within 500 feet are instead shown via an aerial exhibit and field study. Last waiver is for 255-29.A21. This one is to not install curb for the parking lot due to the narrow width and only minor improvements being proposed for the existing lot. When the applicant addresses it, I think that's the one we'd want to hear discussion on. Is there a representative for the applicant?
Sure. Nick Keneally, representing the applicant. As you know, last time we appeared, there were more than several comments on it. As you can see by the review letters, those comments have been removed. Mainly they were drafting items. There were some items that were presented in revised plans. That was a lighting plan, and as mentioned in the review letter, the lighting plan is sufficient in meeting the requirements of the ordinance. The other issue regarding traffic was the turning radiuses, and that review letter states that they were found to be acceptable. There was a comment regarding safety, and we did speak to Mr. Pankos, who determined that the emergency vehicles would enter straight in as they would do now on any type of project like this. As to the curbing, Chris, if you want to come up and explain a little bit about the curbing.
Yes, good evening. My name is Chris Yawn. I'm the civil engineer for the project. And so this project has the existing building in the front. The parking lot is mostly there as it shows on the plan. There's really only some minor additions to the rear to expand it a little bit and to the side to really just clean it up and stripe it. So there's no curb there now. It's a relatively narrow lot with fences on either side. That really, usually the purpose of the curb is either for stormwater management or to stop cars from going any further. Given how flat the site is, there's no need for stormwater management. And the fact the fences are on either side, we don't think the curb is necessary in this case.
But a curb or a curb stop would potentially prevent cars from pulling in too far. And who owns the fence? The neighbor or the applicant?
Kevin, you got it. Come on.
So on 130, Kevin Leslie, the representative. We own 130 Garrett Ave, so we do own that side of the fence. And then on the opposite side, I believe we've already spoken with the neighbors, but I would assume that we own it as well, with the fence on that side as well, but I can confirm.
How much room is between the parking area and the fence?
On the, I'm just going to say the right side of the plan here, on this side, or actually on both sides, the parking will go right up to the fence, which is basically the condition that's there now.
I'm just thinking if you put a curb stop in, would it still be feasible to do that?
It would be. Typically, you'd put the curb stop in about 2.5 feet from the edge of the stall to stop the wheels, and so the overhang of the car would still go past it. I'd just say that this parking lot has been operating the way that it has for years and years without the curb stops. Really, this was cleaning up the parking lot, not changing it to the extent that I think the curb or even the wheel stops would provide a whole lot of benefit.
Is it your position that if you do provide a curb stop or curb, that it would impede the use of this lot? Or is it, are you saying that?
No.
Would you fit less cars if we had that feature added?
No.
No? Okay.
I think, obviously, for protection of the neighbor, the curb stops probably are a decent idea here. As we said, the one property is owned by the same entity as the current. Certainly, I think we would be amenable to putting curb stops in between our property and the property that's not owned by, the applicant.
So along that logic, I mean, it's owned today, you know, the one on the left is owned today by the applicant?
That is, if
I
it
mean,
ever,
tomorrow it may not be.
and if that does occur, then I would agree that curb stops would be necessary there as well.
Let me ask you, and maybe you spoke about it a minute ago, is there parking in the front on the right side of the,
I believe, on the left, I believe there's a couple parking spaces, correct, Chris?
There's a few parallel spaces on the left-hand side. There is a blacktop area in the front that's not used for parking a car at this time, but it is.
Yeah, it is indicated as one of the parking spots, so I believe here. It does say one.
is that right? Is that, you're planning to use that as parking?
Yes, it is one of the parking spaces.
Is there a curb cut there now? Yeah, I assume there is.
Yeah. There is. Okay. Any other comments, questions by the commission?
Just one more comment to address that it's been there without this for years. I presume that the turnover is going to be significantly higher now in the future than it has been in the past with strangers, you know, people that aren't familiar with the property coming and going, et cetera, you know, that those spots are going to be turned over 5, 10 times a day or more. So that,
Yeah, and jumping on to that idea as well, given the nature of your business, is it accurate that a lot of these people might be teenagers?
So to address that, that's an easy one, yes. That would be more so teenagers coming in. Or I would actually say the majority of my athletes are young enough where they are dropped off. Like I would assume, like, you know, if you're working with 9th and 10th graders, they're not driving themselves, but their parents would be driving them. In regards to the volume of traffic coming in and out, I would say it would be greater than what it is currently today, but with it being one-to-one training primarily, we're talking about one car, and really it's seasonal use and limited hours based off of after-school hours.
And how many sessions do you anticipate having a day as it is now?
I would say in summer times it'd be a little bit greater. It might be anywhere between, 2 to 5. In spring and in the fall it'd be virtually none because they all have their own teams that they train with. So not virtually none, I don't want to say that, but it'd be much smaller. I'm very seasonal because they're with their teams for 6 to 8 months of the year.
Okay.
And there is a curb cut here for the driveway, just you can see on the aerial here. Or for the one parking spot, I should say.
Okay.
And then one for the regular drive.
I have one odd question.
Yeah.
Because I'm sort of new here.
Relatively.
So a lot of college programs that have this type of rowing set up on really nice days, like they do it at Penn all the time, they move all the ergs outside. I just was wondering, like, would that ever be in your mind to do that?
Sorry, in regards to moving the ergs outside?
A lot of colleges do it on summer days, nice days.
Yeah, I can't anticipate it. I mean, especially since the usable driveway would be parking spots, and I wouldn't want to take up parking spots with gym equipment.
Okay, great.
If you did move it outside, would you view that as a potential safety problem if you're putting erg machines out in an active parking driveway?
Absolutely, especially with the lot is with the higher turnover of cars. I wouldn't have exercise equipment in parking spots.
Yeah, I don't know if he can legally. I mean, from a zoning perspective, if he can actually run his business outside without proper permits, which I don't think there would be a proper permit for this. It's not permitted under the zoning code.
Yeah. Does staff have any comments, questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Are there any members of the public that wish to be heard? Okay. Does the commission have any other questions, thoughts that they want to bring up?
Just for clarity, they are gonna keep a wooden fence where it's indicated on this drawing? Or is that a pre-existing?
It's pre-existing, and I believe it's going to be kept. The fence, the wooden fences?
I think someone on the commission asked how far off it was, the property line. It looks like 5 feet to me, but that's.
Chris. Here, is this it?
So the fence on the right side of the property would stay as it is. There is a section of the fence on the left side of the property that will be relocated. You can see further back on the property, it's a few feet off of the property line. We're going to relocate it over to the property line on this left side.
So, obviously, curbing would be at significant cost to the applicant, which is why you're asking for the waiver.
That's correct. Particularly on an operation like this.
Yeah, so my thought is, you know, if we were to ask for curb stops, just looking online, like $25 to $70 per unit, it seems to me that it makes sense. I know you own the lot, the adjoining lot now. At some point, that may change. So we would probably be interested in making sure that that fence line's protected as well, especially at the cost of the applicant that I would consider to be minimal. So would you be amenable to?
If it's a condition, we'll accept it.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thanks.
And is it accurate that that would only be for the park-in? It wouldn't be for the parallels?
Correct, yeah. That would just be for the perpendicular.
Okay. So with that,
So you
do we have a motion?
You wanna move this fence to here and leave this fence 5 feet off here.
Okay, I'll make the motion. In the application 216038 concerning 126 Garrett Avenue, recommend approval of the application with the condition that curb stops be placed on the spaces that will abut the fencing on both sides of the property.
Right, I guess we can even say the perpendicular spaces. I think they're the ones,
The space is perpendicular to the fence
correct.
on both sides of the property.
Okay,
Okay?
that's 10. That's 10 spots.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you,
Unanimous. Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
So what?
Okay, the next item on the agenda is consideration of application 216114 concerning 270 Hopthorpe Lane, 274 Hopthorpe Lane, and 772 Newtown Road. This project is described as reconfiguring 3 existing lots. The application is characterized as a minor subdivision lot line change. We've received a review letter from Gannett Fleming dated December 19, 2025, which states 3 lots are currently containing 1.585, 1.6 and 2.4996 acres respectively. The property proposes 2 changes, namely, 1 is to move the lot line to transfer 10,048 square feet associated with impervious from 270 Hopthorpe Lane to 274 Hopthorpe Lane. And the second is a lot line change to transfer 53,512 square feet of land from 772 Newtown Road to 274 Hopthorpe Lane. The Gannett Fleming letter identifies 3 deficiencies. 1 is a separate plan showing final proposed lots with meets and bounds must be provided for the clarity of the final lot configuration for recording. Second, new legal descriptions for all parcels must be provided for recording purposes. And 3, 270 Hopthorpe, property along Hupthorpe Lane on the plan is shown as a single line. However, the existing deed describes it as 2 lines and an arc. This must be corrected. First question is going to be, have those items been addressed, any of them? And second is, from my review, I just want to confirm that the record is going to reflect who currently owns these properties, that they are in one and the same with the applicant seeking these changes. Is there a representative here?
Good evening. My name is Brian Madsen. I'm with Shock Group, and we're the engineers for the project. And as you mentioned, the project includes 3 existing properties. They're all owned by the same ownership. The properties on the far left of the plan is 270 Hothorpe Lane. The main residence is 274 Hothorpe Lane. And then there's a third property off of Newtown Road, 772 Newtown Road. There's no development proposed with this application. The proposal includes a small rectangle or a triangle in that section being transferred from 270 Hothorpe to 274. And then,
Mr. Madsen, I don't mean to interrupt. Could you talk more closely to the mic for the recording and for folks at home? Thank you.
Yeah. And then a section of land about 53,000 square feet that's currently a part of 772 Newtown Road, and that will be transferred to 274 Hothorpe Lane. We have received this review letter. We view all 3 items as will comply items. Item number 1, we will prepare the separate plan as requested. Item 2, we will provide the legal descriptions for review. And item 3, the property on 270 Hothorpe Lane is currently shown as a straight line along the frontage of the property. There's actually an arc of the property line which provides a little bit additional lot area on 270 Hothorpe Lane, and we will make that correction and provide the township with the revised plans.
So one question is, for the property on the left, I think is that 270?
Yes.
How does that connect? Does that have any curb cut? Is that going to be accessed separately at some point directly?
Yeah, that property currently only has the tennis court.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that there is an existing curb cut for that property.
So I guess this is a question for the solicitor. Is there any issue, easement-wise or other, that needs to be thought about? Because 270 is kind of running over the driveway at this point.
Well, I think that's part of the lot line change, is they're going to get the driveway entirely into 274. Isn't that correct, Mr. Metz?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
The purpose of this land transfer is to place the entire driveway within the property of 274 Hothorpe.
Okay, good. And second question for the solicitor. Based on the documents that I think were circulated, at least to the commission, we have like 3 deeds. These are the ones I think are going to be executed in the future. At the moment, I didn't see anything in the record showing that the owner of the property, all 3 properties, is the same as the applicant. Is that in the record? Do you have that?
Yeah, I got the same things that you did. I don't know if the township received the current existing deeds at this time. If we haven't, if the applicant can please provide them. I did look at the Board of Assessment. The properties are all owned by the applicant, so there's no problems. They just need to provide us with the deeds.
Okay.
Yeah, Brian, to clarify that, Brian, the existing deeds that were provided are not signed. They're just like working copies. They're not ones that came from the courthouse.
All right, understood.
So with regard to the deeds, do you need the existing deed as well as the new deeds to be executed, or what should
The
we ask?
township,
I requested new deeds, because new deeds were not provided for these properties.
Okay.
That was the item in my letter. The deeds that were provided in the packet describe the existing parcels, from what I understand, but are not the ones that were downloaded from the courthouse.
Okay, and so I guess I'm going back to the solicitor. Do we need to request that? Is that what you're going to provide to the solicitor?
yes, I don't need to see them, but they should be provided to the township to provide proof that the applicant has the right to go through with the subdivision.
Good.
So,
Okay. Do any of the commissioners have any questions or, okay? Any member of the public wish to be heard?
Actually, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Chairman. It looks like on the drawing, and I'm checking it against Google Maps here, but there is a building missing in the context. It looks like it's 278 Hawthorpe, which is that blank space. Is that correct?
278 Hawthorpe would have been outside the limits of the survey, so that's why it wouldn't appear on this plan.
Okay. Was that at one point under the same ownership?
Not as far as I'm aware.
Okay, understood. Second question, unrelated, is how would the tennis courts be serviced if that needs to be maintained or demolished, or?
Well, I mean, it's an existing condition. It's currently on 270 Hawthorpe by itself as a current condition. So it'll be continue to be maintained the same as it is today.
But you wouldn't have you don't have a curb cut anymore because there's no access to it.
Right, we aren't changing any of the existing curb cuts.
Okay, understood. All right, no more questions.
Any other questions, comments by the public, the commission, staff? Okay. I'm going to make a motion. And the motion would be to approve or recommend approval of application 216114 concerning 270, 274 Hopthorpe Lane and 772 Newtown Road with the following two conditions. One is that the three items on the Gannett Fleming letter be addressed satisfactorily, as well as providing the township with proof of ownership, the deeds, as Mr. Norsini had stated earlier. Yes, sir.
I know you asked for it, but then you directed another question, and I see some people out there. Did you ask for public comment officially?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Does that have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Okay, unanimous?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, old business, Wayne Business Overlay District Master Plan. As many of you know, Radnor Township is developing a master plan for downtown Wayne, which has been dubbed a Vision for Wayne, and will serve as a roadmap for decisions on housing, historic preservation, open space, mobility, design, and land use, among other things. The stated goal is to create a clear, exciting, and realistic vision for improving downtown Wayne. The project is being led by the Radnor Township Board of Commissioners with their consultant, Adam Texa, of Urban Design Practice Manager at FHI Studio. The website for the project can be found at www.avisionforwayne.com, www.avisionforwayne.com. By going to the website, you can sign up your email address to receive news and updates and access resource material, including past presentations and meeting documents. In addition, the website will allow you to learn of upcoming events and send email messages and questions. There are two new developments. First, if you go to the project website and navigate to the participate page, you can now fill out a survey and register your comments and opinions. Second, on the participation webpage, there's a notice of a second Downtown Wayne workshop. This will be held on Thursday, February 5th, 2026, from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The workshop will be held here at the Radnor Township Municipal Building, 301 Ivan Avenue. Again, February 5 at the Municipal Building. Again, stay tuned and stay informed. The next meeting of the Planning Commission is scheduled for February 2, 2026. And one final note is we are welcoming back Matt Golis to the commission tonight, and we're glad to have him.
Well, I'm glad to be back.
I bet.
Somebody had to do the shade for you.
With that, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you and good night.